Welcome to another new topic on robust control systems. So in today's lesson, we are going to discuss what is sensitivity and what is complementary sensitivity. Why sensitivity is important? Because the purpose of a robust controller is to design a system which is insensitive to parameter variations or rather uncertainties. So in this context, we need to look into more about sensitivity and complementary sensitivity. Okay. Sensitivity and complementary sensitivity. Sensitivity and complementary sensitivity. Okay, so we will again consider a basic feedback configuration like this. Okay, so this is C of S. What is C of S? Our controller. Okay, controller transfer function. C of S is the transfer function that represents controller. Okay, and that is connected to a plant whose transfer function is P of S. Right. So this disturbance can appear either at the input side or at the output side of the plant. Okay, so here we will consider a disturbance at the output side of the plant. Okay, you can consider anywhere, either the input side or the output side, or both also you can consider. No issues at all. Okay, so just I am considering for the time being a disturbance at the output side of the plant. Okay, so here again I have a summing point. Here's the disturbance B. Okay, which is being added. This is the output Y of S. Okay, so this is being sensed by a sensor, which gets corrected by a noise, high frequency noise N of S, and that is fed back. Okay, I assume that the feedback is a perfect feedback. Okay, negative feedback. Okay, feedback is perfect, right? So that the feedback gain is 1 or the feedback transfer is unity. Okay, so here also this gets added up, right? So R of S is the reference command input, U of S is the controller output or the plant input, Y of S is the plant output, D of S is the disturbance, and N of S is the high frequency noise signal. Okay, and E of S is the error signal. Okay, because what is error? Input minus output. Fine. Now, what is my output here? Plant output, Y of S. What is Y of S? Y of S is nothing but D of S plus P of S into U of S. Okay, D of S plus P of S into U of S. Fine. What is U of S? C of S into E of S. That means D of S plus P of S, C of S into E of S. Okay. And what is E of S? R of S minus of what is signal at this point? It will be N of S plus Y of S. That will be signal at this point, is it not? Because this signal is Y of S. This signal is N of S, so the output must be N of S plus Y of S. Okay, so I can write like this. So into E of S, right? So this can be rewritten as D of S plus P of S, C of S into what? R of S minus N of S minus Y of S. Okay, why minus sign? Because it is negative feedback. Don't forget. Okay. So this I can expand. So I will get P of S. So again, as told before, instead of P of S, I will simply write P. Right? When I write C, it means it is C of S. Okay, just for brevity. Okay, so I will write PC into R of S, D of S plus PC into R of S minus PC into N of S minus PC into Y of S. Okay, now I will take this Y of S term to the left side. So what will you get? Y of S into 1 plus PC equal to what? D of S plus PC into R of S minus PC into N of S. So what will be the output from this? This means output Y of S will be what? 1 by 1 plus PC into D of S. Okay, then here in these two terms, PC is common. So I can take PC outside. So I can write plus PC by 1 plus PC into what? Into R of S minus N of S. This is one. Okay, this is the output, right? This is the output equation. Then coming to the tracking error or error. Okay, tracking error. E of S. What is error from this? Error is nothing but R of S minus N of S plus Y of S. Okay, so I can write R of S minus N of S plus Y of S. Okay, but again, this will be equal to R of S minus N of S. What is Y of S? Y of S is nothing but D of S plus D of S into U of S. Okay, so I can write plus D of S into U of S plus D of S. Okay, and this can be written as R of S minus N of S plus, what is U of S? It is nothing but C into E of S. Okay, the control transfer function C into E of S. So I can write this as P of S, C of S into E of S plus D of S. Okay, so this can be, so I can take this E of S term to the left side. That is 1 plus P of S, C of S into E of S must be equal to what? R of S minus of N of S plus D of S. Agreed? So what will be E of S? The error signal E of S, it will be nothing but 1 by 1 plus PC into R of S minus 1 by 1 plus PC into N of S plus D of S. Okay? Or in one shot, I can write 1 by 1 plus PC into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Okay, this is equation 2. Fine. What was this? This was a tracking error E of S. Now, what will be the control signal U of S? U of S can be written as control signal U of S. What will be U of S? Tell me from block diagram, what is U of S? C of S into E of S. Okay, C of S into E of S. Okay, and what is C? What is E of S? C of S into this error R of S minus N of S plus Y of S. So it becomes R of S minus N of S plus Y of S. Okay, or that means it will be equal to what? C of S R of S minus C of S into N of S plus Y of S. Okay, and what is Y of S? D of S plus P of S into U. Okay, Y of S nothing but D of S disturbance plus P of S into U. Okay, so I can write this as C of S into R of S minus C of S into N of S plus what? D of S plus P of S into U of S. Fine. So now again, I can take this U of S term to the left side, right? So that means what? 1 plus PC into U of S must be equal to what? C of S into R of S. C of S into, I can write in one shot. C of S into R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Okay. C of S into R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Or what will be U of S from this? C divided by 1 plus PC into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. This is equation 3. Okay. So let me write here. Let me just pick out separately write these equations again for convenience. Okay. So output y of s is what? So y of s. What is y of s? 1 by 1 plus pc into d of s. 1 by 1 plus pc into d of s. Then plus pc by 1 plus pc into pc by 1 plus pc into what? R of s minus n of s. That was equation 3. Okay, sorry, equation 1. Okay, what was equation 2? Error signal. Okay, E of s. What was E of s? 1 by 1 plus pc into R of s minus n of s minus d of s. That was equation 2. Okay, and what was equation 3? The control signal U of s equals C divided by 1 plus pc into R of s minus n of s minus d of s. That was equation 3. Fine. Now, this function 1 by 1 plus pc, that is called sensitivity function. Okay, this function 1 by 1 plus pc is called sensitivity function. 1 by 1 plus pc is called sensitivity function. Sensitivity function. Okay, 1 by 1 plus pc is called sensitivity function. And pc by 1 plus pc, that is called complementary sensitivity function, T of s. Complementary sensitivity function. Okay, now let me add this thing. What will I get? 1 by 1 plus pc plus pc by 1 plus pc. Okay, that means I am adding. So when you add these two, what will you get? Equal to 1. So that means when you add sensitivity function and complementary sensitivity function, you must get unity. Okay, so this is a trade-off basically. Okay, this is a fundamental trade-off in control system design, which is a fundamental trade-off. Fundamental trade-off in control system design. What does it mean? It means that at a given time, both sensitivity and complementary sensitivity cannot be high or small at the same time. Okay, so if sensitivity is high, then complementary sensitivity has to be small, has to be low. Or if sensitivity is low, then complementary sensitivity has to be high, so that S plus T is equal to 1 always. Okay, so this property S plus T equal to 1 indicates that you cannot have both sensitivity and complementary sensitivity high or low at the same given time. Okay, that's the fundamental trade-off. Okay, so how can I write this expression 1 in terms of S and T? So this becomes what? Y of S equals. This becomes what? Y of S equals 1 by 1 plus base, that is sensitivity. So sensitivity S of S into D of S plus PC by 1 plus PC is complementary sensitivity. So I can write T of S complementary sensitivity into what? R of S minus N of S. Okay, then coming to error. How can I write error? E of S will be what? 1 by 1 plus PC. That means it is complementary sensitivity. So sensitivity function. So sensitivity into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Okay, and similarly, what will be the control signal U of S? C by 1 plus PC. So 1 by 1 plus PC is sensitivity. So I can write sensitivity S of S into C. What is C? C is the controller transfer function into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Is that clear? Okay. Again, for let me write these equations here separately again. Okay, for the purpose of convenience. So Y of S is what? Nothing but sensitivity into D of S plus complementary sensitivity into R of S minus N of S. Okay, then what will be the error signal? E of S, again sensitivity function into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Okay, and the control signal U of S will be what? The control transfer function C of C into sensitivity S of S into what? R of S minus N of S minus D of S. Okay, so let me mark this as 4. This is 5 and this is 6. Okay, now, so you consider equation 5. What does equation 5 represent? It represents the tracking error signal. Okay, so from 5. Suppose if disturbance and noise, they are 0. Okay, what will you get? You will get error signal as sensitivity into R of S. Okay, sensitivity function into the command signal R of S. Okay, so how can you minimize the error in this case? To minimize the error E of S, then sensitivity has to be very small. Okay, to minimize error, sensitivity has to be small because R of S is a command input. Okay, that's the external command input that you give to the control system, right? So if you want to minimize the error, then the sensitivity has to be small. Okay, sensitivity being small has no meaning from now on. Since that we have seen norms, we have discussed singular values, there is no point in saying sensitivity should be small. Instead, you should say the maximum singular value of the sensitivity function must be less than 1 for all frequencies omega. Okay, so if you want to have a small tracking error and hence a good tracking, what do you mean by good tracking? Faithful tracking or good tracking means output should entirely follow the input signal. Okay, and that can happen only if the error signal is 0, E of S is 0. Okay, so to make the error as small as possible, what's the condition? Maximum singular value of the sensitivity function should be very much less than 1. Okay, so E of S is error signal. Okay, where E of S equals R of S minus the output signal. Is it not? See here, if you have any doubts, just see the block diagram. Okay, what is E of S? R of S minus Y of S. Okay, so we had assumed that N of S is 0 and D of S is 0. Fine. So this is the condition where E of S is this thing. Hence, for a small tracking error, hence, for a small tracking error, for a small tracking error, E of S, and good tracking, sensitivity function S of S, sensitivity function S of S should be small. Okay, that is more specifically for good tracking, sigma bar, the maximum singular value of the sensitivity function S of j omega must be very much less than 1 for omega. Okay, this is the condition. Okay, so this is the condition for good tracking performance or small tracking error. Okay, now you consider equation 4. So what is the condition for, suppose we want to minimize so what is D? D is the disturbance. Okay, suppose you want to minimize the effect of disturbance on the output signal. Okay, you want to minimize the effect of disturbance on the output signal. Okay, or we say that we want to have good disturbance rejection. Okay, so what could be the condition for good disturbance rejection? Again, sensitivity S has to be very small. Okay, so from equation 4, for good disturbance rejection, for good disturbance reduction. That is the effect of disturbance. The effect of disturbance D of S on the output Y of S. On the output Y of S is small when if sensitivity function is very low. If sensitivity function S of S, sensitivity function S of S is very small. Okay, that is for good disturbance reduction. For good disturbance rejection, what do we need? Again, the maximum singular value of the sensitivity function must be small, must be very much less than 1 for frequency omega. Okay, that's about disturbance reduction, right? Now, suppose we want to minimize the effect of noise on the output. Okay, what's the output equation? Y of S equals S of S into D of S plus T of S into R of S minus N of S. So right now we saw how we can minimize the effect of disturbance. Suppose you want to minimize the effect of noise on the output. Okay, then what should happen? The complementary sensitivity must be very small. Okay, because you see the complementary sensitivity is associated with the noise signal. Fine. Again, from 4. Are you following me what I'm saying? This is equation 4, which corresponds to the output function, output signal. Okay, you can see the output signal is influenced by the disturbance D of S, the command input R of S, and noise N of S. How can we have the effect of disturbance minimum on the output? Then S of S, the sensitivity function must be as small as possible. Okay, now we are looking at how we can minimize the effect of noise on the output signal. Okay, so for that we need the complementary sensitivity to be small. Okay. So from 4, the effect of sensor noise, the effect of sensor noise N of S on the output Y of S, on the output Y of S is small if the complementary sensitivity function, if the complementary sensitivity function T of S is small. Hence, for good noise reduction, what do we need? Sigma bar, the maximum singular value of complementary sensitivity function. Sigma bar of complementary sensitivity function should be very much less than 1. Okay, but we are seeing what sensitivity plus complementary sensitivity must be equal to 1. Okay, so that means to have good disturbance reduction and good noise reduction, what's the condition? For good disturbance reduction, sensitivity should be very small, and for good noise reduction, complementary sensitivity must be very small. Okay, and unfortunately, both cannot be high or both cannot be small at the same time. Okay, keep in mind, disturbance occurs in the low frequency region. Okay, disturbance means unwanted low frequency signal, whereas noise is unwanted high frequency signal. Okay, so okay, so let us draw what should be the frequency shape. So what should be the frequency shape? So now we will look at what should be the frequency shape of these functions. Okay. So what's the condition? So for good noise reduction, complementary sensitivity must be very small, and for good disturbance reduction, sensitivity must be small. Fine. So what could be the possible frequency shape of sensitivity and complementary sensitivity? Just think for a moment and tell me. Keep in mind, for good noise reduction, noise occurs in the high frequency region, sensitivity must be very small. And for good disturbance rejection, for good noise rejection, complementary sensitivity must be very small, right? And noise occurs in the high frequency region. And for good disturbance rejection, sensitivity must be small. Okay, so that means if you plot the complementary sensitivity and sensitivity as in a Border plot, in a magnitude plot, okay, how would be the shape? The frequency shape will be something like this. Okay, keep in mind, I am plotting the Border magnitude plot for complementary sensitivity function T of S. Okay, so this should be the ideal graph. This is preferred. Okay, so this is complementary sensitivity in decibels. Okay, so you can see that what is the condition for good reference tracking for good for a minimum tracking error? The condition was S should be low. Okay, so see here, this is at 0 dB, or you can say it is a constant line. This is a horizontal line parallel to the horizontal axis. Okay, so ideally speaking, it should the complementary sensitivity must be having the shape of a high pass filter. Okay, what is high pass filter? One which allows high frequencies to pass, and one which attenuates the low frequency signals. Okay, so all the frequencies above the cutoff frequency omega c will be passed through the filter, whereas the frequencies from 0 to omega c will be attenuated. Okay, so our complementary sensitivity should have the characteristics of an ideal high pass filter. Okay, so you can see that this region is good for reference tracking. This region is good for reference tracking. Reference tracking. Okay, so bandwidth may be somewhere around here, right? So all high frequencies higher than this value will be attenuated. Okay, so this is for complementary sensitivity. So now, what could be the possible frequency response shape for sensitivity function? Any idea? S plus T must be equal to 1. So naturally, this should be of a low frequency, something like this. Okay, so this region must, in this region, what should happen? The disturbance should get rejected. So this is good for disturbance rejection. Okay, this region is good for disturbance rejection. Disturbance rejection. The more steeper the slope, the better will be the disturbance rejection. Okay, so this is the sensitivity function shape, and this should be the complementary sensitivity shape, preferred shape. Okay, so let me write what I said here. Thus the frequency shape. Thus the frequency shape. Keep in mind this x-axis is logarithmic scale. Okay, thus the frequency shape of complementary sensitivity. Complementary sensitivity function T of S must be that of a low pass filter. Must be that of a low pass filter. Ideally at low frequencies, we want the output. We want a flat gain of 0 dB. We want a flat gain of 0 dB. What do you mean by 0 dB? 0 dB means in absolute value, the gain is 1. Okay, because 20 log 1 is 0. Okay, so ideally we want a flat gain of 0 dB and phase shift close to 0 dB. And phase shift close to 0 degrees. Okay, a flat 0 dB gain, a flat 0 dB gain at low frequencies, a flat 0 dB gain at low frequencies means that output closely follows or tracks the reference input. As long as R, what is R? Reference input stays within the bandwidth. Okay, so that is why this region is ideal for reference tracking. Okay, as a rule of thumb, the system bandwidth should be 5 to 10 times the highest frequency we wish to track. Or control. Okay, then the slope at this high frequency region, that is called roll-off rate. Okay, this is called a roll-off rate. Okay, fast roll-off rate means what? The high frequencies get attenuated. Okay, means any high frequency noise above the bandwidth means that any high frequency noise above the bandwidth must be severely attenuated. And not affect the output Y. Okay, so high frequencies should get rejected or attenuated. Okay, so at high frequencies, so the noise signal, I told you noise means unwanted high frequency signal. Okay, so at high frequencies, the noise should get attenuated. Okay, without affecting the output Y. That is for good noise rejection. Thus, a sharp drop in magnitude at high frequencies indicate that the system has good noise rejection characteristics. Okay, so this should be typically the frequency shape of complementary sensitivity function T. Okay, now coming to sensitivity function. So you see, initially there should be a slope, and then onwards it should be the complementary. It should be complementary to the complementary sensitivity function T of S. Okay, so what can we say about this characteristic? Attenuation at low frequency range means what? Disturbance will be rejected, because you see, disturbance is low frequency unwanted signals. Okay, and they occur in low frequency region. Okay, so long as the slope is too steep, the disturbance will get rejected. Okay, so for good disturbance rejection, you must have a slope as steep as possible in the initial region, and then we can have is horizontal curve like this. Okay, for sensitivity function. The frequency shape of sensitivity function S of S must be that of a high pass filter. Must be that of a high pass filter. Attenuation at low frequency. Attenuation at low frequency range below the bandwidth means that any disturbances in that frequency range will not significantly affect the output. Will not significantly affect the output. Why? And hence results in good disturbance rejection. Okay, so this is the condition. Fine. So we will stop here for the day and come up with a new topic in the next class. Thank you.